What it do, YouTube? Man, I am back. I am back. I am back. A 40 ball from J Dub, a 30 ball, 30-10 game from 30 and 10 game, my bad. From Shay. Wasn't his best shooting night, but they got it done. J Dub, man, it was amazing. But what it do, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are back with Ring Talkers, man. Mark was supposed to be on it. Know what that man got going on, but nah, I'm just playing. He got work and stuff and different stuff going on, so it's all good. But I'm gonna come to y'all this morning, and I gotta tell y'all, man, this was a very very fun series, but I do think it's over. I think it's over. I don't think um the Pacers have the talent that OKC does. I've been saying that from the beginning. I think OKC is a deeper team. Um, and also, this is a thing too. Halliburton has to be your guy. If you gonna tell him when he first got to Indiana, like, hey man, this is your team. You do what you do your thing. He gotta show up like that consistently, you know. And that also means points, you know. People like to try to downplay people that just score a lot and don't pass as much, or they look at averages and they look at the average stats of how many assists somebody have, and if it's not 7, 8, 9, 10 assists, then they can't pass or they don't know how to pass. We gotta stop that. You gotta stop it because one, you see Shea. Shea is a point guard that passes the ball, but he can score phenomenally. He's phenomenal with scoring. You guys have to understand, and I know it's what we grew up on. We've seen that. Oh well, yeah. If he averaged this many assists, obviously he must. It's we're looking at stats. Watch basketball. Really understand basketball because somebody can have them stats and it's empty calorie stats. Same thing with points. It can be empty calorie points, meaning if the game's over or if those stats aren't attributing to winning a lot of times, like not trying to say it doesn't mean nothing, but kind of doesn't. If your team is not making it to the playoffs, if your team, or if you just actually watch basketball, and even if your team is making it to the playoffs, and it might say you average 10 assists or something like that, over, let's just say, so because people have to understand averages, though. I can sit here and throw for, I can, in five, let's say a 5 game stretch, it might say I averaged 8, 9 assists. Let's just say that. The first game, I could have averaged 15. I mean, I could have got 15 assists. And every other game after that, could have got 6, 5, 4, maybe another 6. Like, and with those numbers like that, that averages out. So we gotta understand averages, man. You gotta really understand. I know I ain't no big math person either. Never was. After a certain point, I stopped trying with math. But when you're looking at averages and stats, and when you're attributing everything to stats, you gotta watch the game, man. because even a stat watcher would look at J Dub and say, "Man, he's so inconsistent," or "He's too inconsistent. That's why we can't say this or that about him." If you just was somebody that looked at stats, last night was a big shocker to you. That wasn't a shock to me. It wasn't, and it's not because just because I've been watching them all year or for the last couple of years, honestly. Because whether y'all know it or not, OKC is a team I grew up watching. That's the team that I kind of fell in love with after it was kind of all over for Derrick Rose. Well, I ain't gonna say all over, but once he got hurt, um, I had to kind of shift my focus to another team and other superstar or another superstar. So it was KD, and of course Russ. James Harden was on the team too. Um, and even when Harden left, I was a big KD and Russ fan. Um, thought they when they was up 3-1 on the Warriors, they should have won. And if you ask me, if they make it to the finals against Cleveland that year, there's a good chance that I got KD winning the finals that year because KD was looking unstoppable that year, and Russ was starting to hit that peak of who he was starting to be. So, um, but yeah, though, man, that duo is phenomenal. J Dub, SGA, SGA, J Dub. Now, what we're not gonna do is start acting like J Dub deserved the Finals MVP. That is still Shea. Did he have an amazing game last night? Absolutely. But especially if you've been watching even if you've just been watching for the playoffs, he was due for one game like that. He's he's he has his inconsistencies at times, but he's due for that one game where you just like, oh my God, J Dub is going crazy. And this was that game. This was that game. And I'm so proud of him for finally having that game in this series because they really needed to win this game at home. Um, I say they needed to win because if you go down 3-2 at home and you let them steal this game and you going back to Indiana, that was going to be a tough uphill battle. Now, I didn't think they were going to lose, but just having that in your mind, that's something to think about. And it's another person that I got to give major props to, Cason Wallace, man. Cason Wallace. I got to give him props, man, because he came in, hit some big shots early, and they needed that. They needed that. He finally found, his shot, and it really propelled them over the top at the beginning of the game. It really kept them, to where that the energy stayed in the crowd. Wiggins as well. Y'all know how I feel about Wiggins. Wiggins is my guy. I feel like sooner or later he is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the league. If he stays with this team, or if he decides to go somewhere else, or hopefully they don't move him. Hopefully they can keep this core together. But sometimes with business, you're not gonna be able to do that. But hopefully they're able to keep all these guys together because this is a team that can really reign for a little minute, man. They really can. They can reign for a minute because I don't see nobody beating them. Not especially not after this year. No, because everybody after this year. Because I'm just assuming that when Game 6 comes, they go down to Indy, they go ahead and get that win, and they go ahead and close it out. Um, Being that I don't think Indiana is better than them, I do think Indiana will come out with some fire and really try to do something, but with Halliburton and that injury, um, I know he's gonna have some rest, for a couple of days with it until they get back on the floor, but I truly I don't see it. I don't see them winning. I don't see it nowhere, honestly. Um, I truly feel like, honestly, and I'm just say this, but if the NBA wants it to go to a game 7 and wants Shea and them to win in OKC, then okay, then that might happen. But if we gonna be just all the way just kind of just thinking right now, I think they ended in 6. I think they ended in Indiana, and if you want me to be honest, that would be very good if they did, because it showed that they didn't come to play no games. Like last night, they didn't come to play no games, man. Everybody was on one accord. Now Indiana kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting, but you kind of seen early that it was like, yeah, nah, OKC not playing. OKC not playing because Shea was being aggressive, getting to the line. J Dub was being aggressive, getting his shots off, getting to the line. It was Chet was doing his thing on both ends of the floor. Everybody on both ends of the floor. We got to stop with this acting like Shea can't guard. Stop it. Shea can lock up when he want to. Shea can lock up. Now, obviously, he's not gonna try to lock up just like every single possession down the floor because he is the main scorer on the other side of the floor, like on the offensive side. Of course, J Dub is gonna have games like this, or is gonna have a game like this where he just goes completely crazy. But the man that we know who the best player is on the team, and we know why he's the best player on the team because he can put that ball in the hole. So let's just be for real about this, okay? But I just do truly believe that it's no way. I don't see Indiana coming back from this. Um, I think they're defeated because last game, well, not last night, but the game before, they were up for most of that. They were in control, and OKC came and snatched it right from them. And when that happens, now you're trying to fumble and trying to grasp, getting back everything, and now you finally lost 2 games in a row. So now we're losing 2 games in a row. Now that thought is trickling like, oh my God, if we lose this next game, it's over. And to be honest, I don't think it's no way Shea, J Dub, and Chet, really that whole OKC team. I don't think it's no way they don't just go ahead and capitalize on it. I would be very shocked if they didn't, and it actually does go 7. Um, then everyone knows it's anybody's game at that point because if it goes 7, who knows what can happen? Who knows what can happen? So my bad, y'all. I just obviously you tell I just woke up, man. But it's really amazing to see. Because I feel like Shea is gonna be the face of the league. Just truthfully, I don't think there's nobody that is going to be above him. The only person I can see challenging him is probably Ant. And even with Ant, he has learned to play with his back to the basket and also just get up more mid-range shots, more pull-ups. Make the game easier for yourself. He's trying to make the game so flashy, and that's what a lot of players in my generation do. I grew up with a lot of teammates and players that used to do the same thing. They want to make the game super flashy and whatever instead of just because that's not to say that just because you're trying to make it flashy that you can't ball. But like I said before in other video, simplify everything. You know what I'm saying? The best scorers of all time could score in 3 dribbles. They didn't have to dribble the air out the ball just to score. Because you don't need that. You just truly need just simple moves, get to your spots, put that ball up. Or just simple moves, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, get to the hole. You might say, well, everybody ain't getting to the hole in one dribble. Absolutely, I understand that. But as an NBA professional basketball player, you should be able to get to your spot, whatever spot you're trying to get to, in 3. You should be able to, unless you're getting double teamed. If you're not getting double teamed and you got one-on-one, which I see a lot of times, Ant does get double teamed, but it's a lot of times he doesn't understand how to read when the double team is coming and able to really see it because he's trying to dribble and so when everybody as soon as this person come to the pick or something like that, they just everything's crashing on them. So now if you get in that post, you see the ball, you can see where the double team coming from. Okay, if it's coming from this way, spin off that way, or spin like get into my a 1-2, like something. I can pass it out, get it back, so now I can get to my one-on-one. Now I can try to face up shot. Now I can go back, go by him. Now it's different things that you can do once you can see everything. If you can't see what's going on, Ant is gonna stay in this bubble of 25, 26 points a game if he doesn't understand how to put his back to the basket and just work like that. Get to that mid range. Now, once that happens, it's going to be very, very hard for me not to see him and Shea battling for that face of the league spot. It's going to be very hard. Very, very hard. Because obviously, I believe Shea is going to be the face of the league. One, because he has the style, he has the flair. That is a product that the NBA can produce out to people and not be afraid of off the court things happening. He's married. Like I just want y'all to think about it, man. Like don't just shrug it off because you don't want to or you don't think that way. It's cool to have your own opinion. It is. But with Shea has the flair, he has the look, he has the demeanor, he has everything that you would look for in a superstar or a face of the league in order to present it to kids. Because that's what we got to realize. Every face of the league is being the most promoted, and the kids are going to see it. The people are going to see it, but the kids are going to see it. And everyone has social media nowadays. If the kids have social media, which a lot of kids do, when they sometimes shouldn't, but if the kids are seeing, oh, Ant Edwards is in some type of trouble outside of, like same thing what they did with Ja. Same thing. Ja was on his way to being the face of the league. On commercials, his shoe was going crazy. It was right there. It was right there for him. He makes a mistake, gets in a little trouble. Now people act like Ja is just a regular old player. Just like that. That's how quick it does. You just seen it with Ant. Ant is on their commercial. Sprite, Adidas, this, that, and he gets. I mean, if you know, get social media buzz stuff about him, this, that, and third. Now They look in a different direction. Um, he already was on the teeter totter because he says what he thinks, which a lot of people do like, but people have to understand that this is still a business, still dang near corporate America. So when you look at it like that, and being that Shay has the flair, he has the demeanor, he has the what the kids call a aura. So he has all of that. So with somebody that has that, you and he doesn't get in trouble, it's a no brainer. He has all that, but then doesn't get in trouble, can score the basketball just as well as Ant, was the leading scorer, uh, was the leading scorer in 30, 40, 50 point games. Um, MVP, Western Conference MVP, about to be Finals MVP. Everything, all of those things come into account, and people have to realize it's truly a no brainer. Truly, he has to be the face of the league. He has to. I ain't it wouldn't be loud, bro. But he has to be the face of the league, dog. So, like I said, with a product, you don't want to diminish your product, especially when you're giving that to the fans and giving that when you're trying to sell it in homes. That's why Mike was who he was. I want to be like Mike. It was cool for the kids, man. Like, like you gotta understand that every time you talk about face of the league, you gotta be good enough, or not only just good enough, but you have to appeal to an audience of not just black, not just white, but you have to appeal to everybody, everyone, everyone, especially those little babies, man, those kids, because those are the people that are trying to be like you a lot. Yeah, you have some teenagers trying to be like you, especially as well. Sometimes you might even have adults trying to be like you, which is a little weird to me, but to each his own. But you have to put out a product to where, you know, the business can go and you can truly make money from it while you sleep. And I guarantee Shea, being that he's the first like big Converse athlete, or especially basketball athlete, um in some years, probably since Magic. Well, yeah, since Magic and Bird and Dr. J and all of them back in the day. Just be on the lookout for that. If Converse takes back over and does a major just shift. Now, I don't think they would ever be able to get over Nike or Jordan, but I do think that if you can raise them back up to to like where they're competing with Adidas and Jordan and Nike, that's gonna be a great look for them. And it's all gonna start with Shea. Just truthfully, it's all gonna start with him. So man, hey, we gotta really pay attention to that. J Dub, and I'm gonna say this real quick before I get out of here. Y'all probably might not agree with it, but I feel like J Dub is more talented than Shea. Just has the better physical gifts, all that. Is he better than Shea? I don't think so. But talent wise, just God given, just here, you have talent. I truly think that, man. Probably like it's just the game, the way he moves, how slick his movements are. Like if I was to show someone Shea and show someone J Dub without without them knowing who these people are. A lot of kids, especially, might pick J Dub. Just truthfully, just because they like how the game looks with him more, because he's more shifty, more slick, like faster, slick movements, can jump. He has the talent, and he also has the the look about him, the mentality about him. You know, it's the league is in good hands, man. When Bron and KD and Steph finally call it quits, the league is in good hands, man. But with that all being said, I got OKC in 6. I don't think it will go further than that. Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the comments below. I don't think it's going further than that. I got OKC in 6. We gonna see what happened Thursday, man. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe. We gonna be back again. If not Thursday night, I'm gonna come back Friday morning, put out the video for y'all, man. Hey, man, cause it's go time now. Like it's I think it's the end of the finals. The finals are definitely come to an end, obviously. But football is coming back around. Not only is football coming back around, basketball. I mean, not basketball. Jesus Christ. Boxing. I done said things about boxing before, and you know, I try to dibble in and kind of hint at different stuff with y'all, but it's about to be go time, cause yeah, it's about to be go time, man. Um, y'all are going to see a different uh soon. You're going to see a different scene and area. Because I do plan on moving here very, very soon. So you will see a different setup or different looking background, everything. And you might even see. Nah, I can't. I ain't gonna tell y'all that. But hey, man, y'all stay tuned. We love y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It has been your boy JB. We out, man.